Ballpark.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back. The New York Yankees have just taken 2 out of 3 from the Texas Rangers.
Yeah!
And Kevin, I told you, I don't fear any team.
You
The
don't?
Yankees may not be at their best right now. Every team has cracks in them. If you guys listen to us, every episode I usually say, I mean, if the Yankees are winning especially, I'll say every team in the AL has cracks in them. There's no team that's by far the best team in the AL, and I always say that. And then Kevin's like, I don't know. You know, the Yankees are kind of this, that, and the third. I got confidence in my squad, man.
Here we
I was
go.
confident
Here we
today.
go.
Never in doubt.
Okay.
Let's go. Positivity. Let's go, Yankees, baby. Kevin, how you doing? I'm Mr. Negative.
Speaking of crack, let me crack open this beer right here. La República. Shout out to Alofoque. Yes, I'm gonna crack open this beer because I'm feeling damn good that we just beat the best offensive team in the MLB. Let me take a sip. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, the vibes are really good. I was at the stadium, all 3 games, of course. Today was a super hot day. There was an annoying Rangers fan behind me. I felt like we were playing against Houston, so I started to hate the Rangers a lot. And then Evaldi was mowing us down, and I was getting really upset. So I'm like, listen, man, I need the Yankees to turn up, win this game. You know it was a big game. I mean, having an off day tomorrow, then going to Oakland.
Another
News
guy
about
that
Judge.
I was gonna say another guy that pitches well against. So put him in that little group of Waka, Evaldi, those guys.
Chill. I don't want to talk about that. Positivity. We won the series, bro.
So let's
We won
go
the
back,
series.
bro. Let's go back to the game that we should have won.
All right, let's go
Just
back
think
to the
about this,
game.
Mario. We could have swept the Rangers.
Without Aaron Judge, bro. It's tough. I wanted to give this little insight. I didn't tweet it out, but I saw Harrison Bader. He was walking in before the game, and he wasn't, like, in a good mood. And I kind of, I mean, you guys probably know, I've met him multiple times. That was, like, my 3rd time, I think, seeing him in person. I saw him, and he looked, like, kind of tired, like, upset. So I wouldn't bother him. I didn't want to bother him too much. It was like, hey, Harry, what's going on? He's like, yo, what's up, brother? And then people were asking him to sign, and I guess he was just like, he was just trying to go in, just get like his reps in or whatever. And I texted you and Rye this, and I'm like, I wonder why, like, he's just in a bad mood. Maybe he's just having a bad day. I mean, we're all human. We all have bad days. And Ryan said maybe because he's not in the starting lineup. And Kevin, he wasn't in the starting lineup, and it came to bite us in the butt later in the game. It's just weird how baseball is sometimes. It is. It's weird.
I asked this. I tweeted as soon as the lineup came out. I was like, "Why is there no Bader?" And some people still want data or stats about us resting guys or being one of the team that does this the most. You can look around the league. Top guys play 95% of the time. Go look at Acuna number. Go look at Rosarena. Go look at Lindor. Go look at those guys. Go look at how many games they play. Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts. Go see. You think they're not afraid that they get injured? No, but they're playing. So, I mean, listen, I get that you want to give a guy a rest here and there, but don't you think it's worse to have this guy pinch hit in the end without just warming up in 5 minutes? I mean, I guess he probably did some stretches in the end when they told him you might pinch hit here and there. Okay, but still, don't you think it's worse than playing the whole game? And then my thing is that right now we don't have our leader, we don't have Judge, and I think that should trump resting guys, schedule rest, no matter what. It should be on a day-to-day basis, depending on what the team needs and who we're facing. Can we get this W? Which in that game we definitely could have, right? We waste that start by our pitcher, and yeah, we'll talk about it when we get there. But resting, too much resting.
Very annoying. And Kevin, he came in later in the game, so I guess the Yankees counted as like a day off. But like, dude, he still came in. He pinched hit later in the game, in the 8th inning. I'm like, bro, like, what's the point of pinch hitting him? Just sit him the whole game or play him the whole game. If you're gonna give him a day off, it's just so confusing. But we'll get into it. Oh, listen, the Yankees started off well, Kev. It was Clark versus Dunning, right at the stadium. And Rizzo started off the bottom of the 2nd with a hit by pitch. DJ was super nice to see him pull a double down the line. We were set up. And then maybe the 3 worst at-bats that I've seen from the Yankees this year. All swung at the first pitch. A ground out from ICAP to the third baseman. Didn't get the RBI there. Thankfully, McKinney got the RBI. He hit another ground out to the third baseman. And then Trevino with a ground out. So 3 ground outs.
And
The Yankees only score 1 run there.
And I tweeted, "What are we, the Guardians?"
You tweeted that, Kev?
At that point,
Oh, that's
three
tough.
three ground balls straight, Mario. Tell me about that.
That was tough, bro.
It was.
That was tough in the stadium. I'm like, I don't know. It's like, I don't know if Lawson's telling these guys
And
this,
everything-
Kevin, but it's like, why are you swinging at the first pitch?
And everything is working for Billy McKinney. Even a ground out, that guy gets an RBI right now. That's crazy. I just want to say that he's on a roll because we're gonna emphasize something later about Billy. But go ahead. Okay. I think you know what I'm talking about.
Fair. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about him in game 2 because he's the only one we got in game 2. All right. So on the top of the 4th, and listen, I wanted to say this about Clark. He battled. He gave us 5 in the 3rd. What we needed against a top offense in the AL. I think the best offense in the AL. And it happened with 2 outs. They got him. Top of the 4th, Duran with a single with 2 outs, and then Taveras with a single. They counted as a single, and you saw him hustling out the box. I guess he knew the ball was gonna drop. The ball dropped, and he made it from first all the way to home, and a play that I think Bader would have made, Kev.
100% 2 outs. Duran was on his heels. The guy we traded for Joey Gallo. He always finds a way to annoy the shit out of us. Bro, manito, no fuimos nosotros. Nosotros te queríamos. We wanted you in the Yankees, bro. We didn't want to trade you. A lot of us didn't want Gallo from get because we were like, another 200 strikeout guy. We don't need that right now.
Yep.
Right? So a lot of us didn't want Gallo. So a lot of us wanted you to stay, Duran, just to let you know, just to end that chapter about Duran. But yeah, that's a hustle, heads-up play by him, knowing that the Yankees were probably half asleep. That was a 95% catch probability for that catch. For IKF.
I thought Volpe was gonna make the play, and then I saw him like looking, and automatically, as a guy that used to play, the shortstop's looking back. I mean, he's not confident he can make a play, and I guess he's so used to like Bader calling him off for everything. He's like, all right, I don't really have to go that far out. IKF drops the ball, like kind of gets by him, and then
I know there's
like,
50 million people yelling, well, maybe not in this play particularly, but when I played, I remember, and I was an outfielder, sometimes I played right field, second base will yell, you got it, because it's right, he knows he can't get to it.
Yep.
So I would hear him say, you got it, so I'm like, okay, so I got to keep my pace. So, I mean, I don't know, again, it's a miscommunication. It's still 95% catch for IKF, and with 2 outs, you got it. I mean, with one of the best offensive teams in the AL and the MLB per se, you have to make everything. You can't give them extra outs. You cannot.
Yeah, and I know people are probably going to ask, where was Glaber in the play? He was a little bit shifted over.
No,
he did make a terrible mistake in Game 3, the most recent game, but yeah, he was way shifted over. I thought it was Volpe might have had a play on it, but I mean, the center field's got to come up with that.
Yeah, but I mean, if it was Bader, it wouldn't even have been a question.
Yep, we would have won the game 2-1. That's baseball though. All right, so let's fast forward to the top of the 8th. It was weird seeing Clay Holmes give up a double, and that ball was like
it?
crushed. I know you like to hate on Clay.
No. I mentioned when he was struggling. I do not like to hate on Clay. All right.
And
when
I
a guy is struggling,
and I was like, "Yo, you're my closer, bro." When
a guy struggles, and we pointed out that is not hating. It's happening at the moment. So, but he's earned that. He's been on point.
Fair. So he gave up a double, and then he had 2 outs. Like he got lucky that Adolis didn't take him deep in the 8th. He left that ball middle to Adolis.
Gotta see that.
So Adolis hit a sac fly, and he just made a mistake. Garver just bounces one past Volpe, and they take a 2-1 lead, and that like takes the air out of the stadium there. But the Yankees get it back in the 8th. IKF and McKinney back-to-back singles. Higgy with a sac fly. Me and Higgy actually talked as well on Saturday about the sac fly. He thought he got it, but just got under just a little bit.
Okay, Gary.
That's all the Yankees got in the 8th. And then let's fast forward to the 10th. Shout out to Canley. He had a good 9th inning. Only gave up a hit, but he's been nails for us. Hasn't given up a run yet. And the 10th, first pitch, Michael King throws to Adolis. I believe it was a slider. I think middle. I want to say middle in, and he just kind of hit it out. Tough there, especially against our pitching staff holds them to 2 runs. through 9 innings, and you're hoping that we can scratch a couple runs off Dunning and try to win that game, maybe 3-2. Should have won the game 2-1, but we don't, and that's tough there. And that was pretty much the game. I mean, we'll talk about, I know you want to talk about this. So IKF lines out to start out the 10th. JD pinch hits from McKinney against a lefty, and one of the worst at bats of the season by him. Terrible. Then Hickey pops out, and the Yankees lose. In extras, 4-2 to the Texas Rangers. Tough game.
Billy McKinney. And I'm not gonna go into 100% around into this because honestly, I understand to a point that you want the righty-lefty matchup, but Donaldson has been so bad for a while now. I don't understand what is the push to just continue. Like, let guys come back. If you're gonna give them two games, 3 games out of the week, don't like. I remember, and I know I'm going all over the place, but let me just say this: when A-Rod was struggling with the Yankees, Alex Rodriguez was making $25 million in the early 2000s, and Joe Torre started batting him 7th. All right, you think Joe Torre sat him down and asked him about his feelings? No. What did A-Rod do? He didn't go to the paper either. And now that's the misconception about today and about back in the day. I don't want to sound like a homer, like they say, or a boomer, whatever. But think about it this way: just go and do your job. Cancel out the noise. You're making millions of dollars. You have the tools available to make your adjustments, right? Make the adjustment, right? So my thing is, why put Donaldson even in that position as well? You know he's. I bet you. I think if you honestly ask Donaldson, I don't think he would have wanted that spot right there. Right, not right now. Maybe he does. I don't know. But
I'll be real with you.
You think he would have wanted that spot?
No. Listen, as much as it hurts me to say, and I tweeted out about it like a little bit here and there, I truly think he is checked out. I saw him on Saturday. He looks
checked out.
He's checked out. I saw him, and basically he came out. And I don't want to hate on a player ever because that's not the fan that I am. I was wearing his jersey on Saturday, right? Probably the last time I would wear his jersey, honestly. I'll still support the guy, right? People have told me he's not like the best guy, like not super friendly, and he doesn't owe me anything. But it was photo day, and apparently like he wasn't feeling well, so he walked by us, and there was a group of people like me from Twitter. I'm sure you guys know who Madison is. I was like, JD, and I don't really like to bother these guys too much. I was like, yo, JD, like, can I get a picture real quick? He's like, sorry guys, I'm like sick or whatever. He took a picture with somebody else, like I think 5 people ahead of me, and then Madison kind of like told him like, hey, he has your jersey on, JD, like, come take a picture. And he's like, oh, he's got my jersey on. And some people were like, yo, maybe he was like trolling you, like texting people on the side. I didn't tweet this out, but he was kind of rude to me. And again, like, he doesn't owe me anything. Like, who am I? I'm just like a crazy fan. But I mean, I feel like it would be nice. Like, I'm like probably the only one in the stadium that has his jersey on. He could come over, at least take a picture real quick, and then go on his way. And he did take a picture, and then I posted it a little bit later in the day. But I guess it was like you. I mean, you told me, Kev, the night before, you were like, yo, don't meet your heroes.
But I said it.
To get off the negative of JD.
No, but I just want to shout out to Major League Matt for yelling at, for letting him know that you have his jersey. I would think that would be a bright spot in his moment, right? Like, you think about it, like, damn, there's still, if there's one kid that has my jersey, there still should be a few. There's still, and I've seen it. There's 2 kids on my son's travel team who still like Donaldson. So you still have fans, right? Now, I get he doesn't owe you nothing.
Still has people.
He doesn't owe you nothing. And I get he's probably going through a shitty situation. But at that point, it's like, oh, shit, let me just, that was just my mindset. But going back to the at-bat, is like, I don't think he wants that spot. And honestly, Billy has been on a tear. Why not just roll the dice? You roll the dice like you like to say in October, right? In one of the worst spots that you can roll the dice, you start rolling dice in October when you need you need confidence and you need your guys to come through. You want to talk about a crapshoot and rolling the dice in October, but you don't want to roll the dice with McKinney, a lefty, the guy who's been scorching hot. Come on, bro. I have no doubt that maybe McKinney would have put one in the seats there. Who knows?
Tough spot from McKinney, lefty on lefty, but I think
doesn't matter. You never know, bro. Like,
yeah, he's hot. He's like hottest hitter right now.
Sometimes there's guys that are looking at a ball like it's like a freaking softball or a beach ball, bro. When you're in that hot zone, forget about it.
Yep.
And you can
But
give
yeah,
one more thing, you can give Josh Donaldson a guitar right now. I don't think he's hitting, bro.
ay Dios mío, Kevin. But yeah, like I'm not trying to hate on JD too much. Just I mean, I appreciate it at least. Maddie like gave him like, hey, listen, like this kid has your jersey on. Like, come take a picture with him at least, man. Like it's photo day. Shout out to Judge. Like, I know we just got the news. Like, he tore a ligament in his toe. He was a gentleman. Came up to everybody, made eye contact, shook everybody's hands, took pictures, listened to stories. Like, I mean, he knows what it means. I think he knows what it means.
How long? How long do you think they know that he had a torn ligament?
Oh, they known since like he got back to New York and he did the testing. They know. Ticket sales though, they know, Kevin.
And you want to say why are fans mad and why is this? Just say the fucking truth. It's not like what you got an extra 2 weeks of maybe extra attendance. I don't think people are gonna stop. Look at how the team played today. When the team is playing well and your guys are still going out there and competing, your fan base will be there. Yes, we will be there, man. It's not a Judge or nothing fan base. This is not like it. Fans have been here before Judge, after Judge, and long gone after Judge. Well, we will be here. The fans that are filling out those stands will always be there, no matter what. We just
and tourists.
Yeah,
and tourists. Dude,
we just voice our opinions. That's it.
By the hat. Like, dude, people were like, oh, I mean, yeah, I saw this family from Italy. It was pretty funny. They were like, where can I go to the Yankee store and like buy the team hat? And I kind of like showed them like, hey, listen, it's right behind the plate right there. And they were like, oh, I have to buy a Yankees hat from Yankee Stadium and like show it to my family.
Look at
like,
that shit. That's
people come just to buy the hat and say, listen, I went to Yankee Stadium one time. Like, as much as people want to, like, some Yankee fans want to hate on the team, it's still, people want to come to the stadium. People want to enjoy, watching the team.
I would even like to know if those guys that like to talk shit about fans going and still going, even though the team's struggling, if they even go to the stadium. I don't think they even go. And why would you be the type of fan that wants to be a fan when the team's winning, but not when they lose?
What kind of fan is that?
What kind of fan is that?
Crazy.
Yankees lose 4-2. Yankees lose 4-2.
Let's get into game 2.
Let's go to game 2. A much better game. Billy the fucking kid. Let's go. Take us off, man.
Listen, I'm just going to go through key moments because not much happened in this game. It was a 1-0 game. Shout out to Bowers in the first. We talked about it actually when I met him early in the day, that he likes playing right field better. He enjoys right field. He thinks he gets better reads, easier like the ground to cover because Bader's out there in center field. He throws out a guy at home, which is huge. Ends the inning for Severino because he started off a little shaky. Big moment in the bottom of the third. Rizzo struck out with the bases loaded. That was a killer.
Yeah.
But Billy picks him up in the fourth, in the bottom of the fourth. The only run of the game, Billy McKinney's solo shot. And it was crazy to me after the game. Like, nothing against Billy. Like, great guy. Met him as well. Super kind, super nice. But, that's the guy right now. Like, that's who we're hyping up. But he's doing his job. Listen, as long as you do your job, we'll love you in New York, and that's what the kid's doing.
Oh, yeah.
Kevin, you weren't crazy about him coming up. You wanted
I was
Florio.
just joking. No, hold on. I was joking because honestly, I didn't know much about him. I know he was a first-round draft pick that didn't pan out. I know that.
Okay.
That much. And we were hearing that he's raking in AAA, but honestly, he's raking it. That's fine. I mean, I get that Florio doesn't have options. There's reasons. I'm just like, Cashman always likes to try and sign guys here and there and see who sticks. We got Bowers, Willie, McKinney, Frenchie Cordero. Don't forget about Frenchie. Those are guys that we've picked up off Hermosillo from the Cubs. Those are guys that were up and down the journeymen who we're trying to see who comes up and becomes Carpenter again. That's just be honest. We catch lightning in a bottle for cheap. We're shopping at a thrift store. That's what Cashman is doing. So
I was gonna say Cashman's good at those.
Yeah, and he is. And listen, I'm
not
just
the
like
Maseratis. Okay.
And I don't have an issue with that, right? We got to give him props when he's good at that, but we can't always continue to just count on that. We need to get the big guns, right? A lot of rumors about coming about a left fielder in the trade deadline. Let's see.
Juan Soto. I'm praying.
Juan Soto. What?
All right. So I wanted to mention the job that the bullpen did. Severino had a
tremendous
good start.
job, bro. Vintage Sevy. We said
he
it.
had 4 Ks. I don't know about vintage.
It
Sevy.
wasn't vintage, but it was close enough.
And they're a good team, so I'll take 4 Ks. He did give up 5 hits, but he battled, just like Clark did. He battled on Saturday. Tommy again with a scoreless inning. He was fantastic. Holmes cleaned up. He cleaned up Wandy's mess in the 8th. And then Ron, a little shaky, but he did the job in the ninth. Got two big strikeouts. Yankees win 1-0, Kevin, and we could all like breathe a little bit, but we
Crazy.
knew today was the biggest day. Ready to go into today? You think we hit everything for
Shout out to Ron though.
Ron? For real,
Yeah,
5 days
because
came on. He was
yeah,
dealing.
yeah,
He was dealing.
because he looked really good in this game, and Holmes came in a tough spot as well. Wandy again left some guys on, but listen, 1-0, that was a hell of a game. I was saying, I text you once we won. I was like, holy shit, what a ride.
And Ron settled in, man. He looked a little shaky in the beginning because he hasn't thrown for a while, but he came in. He gave up a hit, but he settled down and he got the job done. And he kind of said after the post game, he's like, I would lie to you if I said I didn't love, closing. I mean, what reliever would say that? So I'm sure those guys love being in big spots. Yep.
Yes,
You
sir.
ready to go to game 3?
Game tres. Dale.
And this was the biggest game. Garrett
Today.
Cole versus Nathan Eovaldi. You guys saw I posted this a million times. Rematch of the 2021 wild card game. And it didn't start great for Cole. I mean, he gave up a leadoff double to Simeon, and then Seager with a double to the Yankee.
Seems like
1-0
they
right
do
off-
that a lot, and they didn't. This is the first time they did it to us. And
Yeah, of
Simeon,
course.
Simeon and
They
Seager.
do it to Cole, not to Clark,
Yeah.
not to Severino. They do it to Cole. Crazy. So they take a 1-0 lead. Then Cole gets 3 strikeouts in the first. So I thought he was gonna settle in the bottom of the first. We gotta talk about this because I got some hate on. I get some hate on my boy every time he does something. He has his mental lapses, like people like to say. Glaber doubles, and then he gets doubled up on a Bader pop up. He thought off the bat he wasn't stealing. He thought off the bat that the ball was gonna drop. Timmy makes a catch over the shoulder. It's an easy double play.
Yep.
Can't happen, Glaber, especially when the offense is struggling. You can't be doing that straight up. I'm a Yankee fan before I'm a Glaber fan. That can't happen.
Yeah, I mean, let's sit down and give Glaber a few minutes. I don't know what's going on, but he's suffering from Javier Baez-ism right now. He is totally like a kid in little league right now, where he forgets how many outs there are. He doesn't do the fundamentals. I mean, listen, I know you love Glaber. I love him as well. It's not like he's the only one making mental mistakes, but he seems to be standing out the most lately, right? So that being said, go still look at his numbers and compare him to other second basemen in the league and tell me what you want to do, because a lot of people say let's trade him, but my comeback to that always is, I get that there's a problem, but what's the solution? Who are you bringing in? Who are we going to put up there? Don't give me Peraza. Don't give me guys that are in AAA who have not been up here.
You guys do realize if you want Peraza, right? You want Peraza to come up. Who you playing at third base? You want DJ LeMahieu to play every day? You want DJ LeMahieu to play every day at third? And I'm not saying DJ LeMahieu is a bad player, but from what he's done this year, listen, he's been better the past couple games. He's been in the cage more, whatever. But having him play at third base every day, maybe get the spot to Peraza. I don't know.
No, and that's my thing. What's the solution? You want to trade Glaber. You want to get rid of him. I get it. But what's the solution? How many people wanted Gary gone last year? What was the solution? A lot of people said Higgy. You really think, where would this team be with Higgy the last 2 years as our starting catcher?
Tell him. You guys would be fuming right now. It was like Higgy and Rorvet, honestly. Was Higgy and Rorvet last year?
Got hurt. We would have been stuck with, I don't know, somebody we picked up from the Zorros. But go look at this year. Go look at Gary and Higgy's defensive stats this year. Go look at them. Go see if they're not as close as can ever been done, right? So, again, what's the problem and what's the solution you're trying to bring? Don't give me this guy is striking out 300. Okay, so what's the solution? It's not only shot at problems, right? And that's my thing, right? Glaber, just get your head straight. That's it. Just more awareness, man. More awareness,
man. We're going to need you down the stretch. Me and David were talking about this. We need the veterans to come through. We were texting in, like, in the sixth about it. We're like, dude, like, this team is when Stanton struck out, I believe. I'm like, yo, we need Bader, we need Glaber, we need Stan, we need Rizzo, we need these guys to get going, because we don't know how long Judge is gonna be out for sure. Need these guys to get going. But let's go back to the top of the second. Jonah Heim hits a bomb off Garrett Cole. I believe it went into the bleachers, section 204. That gave him a 2-0 lead solo shot, and then Tavares later in the inning with a double scores Duran, 3-0 Texas, and I'll be honest, I wasn't feeling too great at that, at that moment, especially with the Valdi on the mound. But the Yankees get to him in the bottom of the second. A Big G walk, a Bowers double, and then DJ with an RBI double. Scores 3-2. That's all the Yankees get in that inning. In the fifth, they took Cole out. Runs at the corners with 2 outs in the fifth. That was a big move from Boone. Cordero came in, put the fire out. That was huge for him. Ramirez, he did well in this game. He came in, gave us an inning in the third. And then Ron came in the eighth. He was good as well. He gave only a hit. No strikeouts, no walks. So good out of him again, back-to-back days. Good to see him back out there. And the eighth is when the magic happened, Kevin. And every Yankee fan needed this. Volpe with a double to lead it off, and that gave me so much life, Kevin. I was like telling everybody in the stadium, get up, let's go. Like, this is the moment right here. We need this game. Trevino tried to bunt. It didn't work out. But he got an infield single. We'll take it. And Kev, I knew the baseball guys. I wanted Gleyber to bunt because I knew, like, every time he comes up in a big spot, I think he'd come through, but I don't feel good because the backlash I'm going to get if he doesn't come through. He doesn't come through. He pops it up to right field, doesn't get the job done. But thankfully, my guy, I think he's my third favorite Yankee now because JD's off the list. Harrison Bader with an RBI double to give the Yankees a 4-3 lead. And then Big G with a huge single to give the Yankees,
huge
to give the Yankees a 5-3 lead. Needed that bad.
He needed that bad. And
yeah,
what?
We
and Mario, and I know we needed it. And what does he say in the post game? I still got to do that and much more. This is why
accountability.
As much as we've been talking about Big G, he is always saying what needs to be said in that clubhouse.
Accountability, man. Yep. And then listen, I don't know how you felt with King coming out in the ninth.
I was worried.
But
he did take a picture with you.
And then we talked about the highs and the lows of the game. We were talking about how he was a Red Sox fan growing up.
And this is the mindset that I love about some young guys and people who think this way. What did he say about how he handles situations? The fans. Well, go ahead.
Oh, he knows. Listen, he was talking about like the fans booing and stuff like that. He's like, dude, I get it. Like the fans, they pay a lot of money for these tickets. I know these games aren't cheap. We were talking about it. He's like, dude, like I love the diehard fans and all that. And dude, if they want to boo, they could boo. I know how it is, I know what it is to get to the stadium. It's not cheap. Parking, ticket, food, especially if you're bringing your kid or something. Like, he understands that. So he's like, I grew up, I was blessed. My dad took me to games, my mom. But I know some people aren't as fortunate. So they come to 1 or 2 games a year and I blow it. It sucks, but you have to just not think about it. And then hopefully the next time I come in, I'll be better. And he was like, I was like, dude, the ups and downs of baseball. He's like, yeah, I'm on the low right now. I was like, dude, you're good. You have the right mentality. I know next time you're going to kill it. He gave up a hit with 2 outs. And I felt like he needed that because it was sweet revenge. And he got back at Adolis, struck him out to end the game. Huge 2 strikeouts for King. Close the door. Yankees win the series. Yankees win this game.
Listen, he also said they boo you on Friday, and they love you on Sunday. So,
that's it.
So again, this is the mentality that you need from your guys, right? You need guys that think this way and cancel out the noise. At the end of the day, man, listen. If you're out there competing,
he was talking about that.
If you go out there and keep that mentality every single day, and you tune out the noise and you work on your craft, that's all a real fan can want. We can see when guys are checked out. I told you a while back that Hicks looked checked out, and he was. Look how he's been with Orioles. You think they unlocked something from Hicks? No. Sometimes guys are just done. They're done.
They don't want to deal with the booze here. They just want a fresh start, a fresh uniform. Maybe that.
Sometimes that happens.
Gets JD going, man.
I just want to say the Yankees have just beat a team that is top 3 in they league in batting average and in runs batted in RBI, which was Texas. And then they're top 3 in OPS, hits, on base percentage. So you just beat a juggernaut. You just beat a juggernaut. You know where they're not top 5 in? Home runs. You know who's top 5 in home runs? We are. So watch your mouth when you talk about that the home run and hitting the long ball is the way to go. It's not a winning formula. It is not. How long have we been doing this now? How long have the Yankees been leading in home runs? It works maybe during the season, but what happens when you face elite pitching in the playoffs? And again, it's not that guys are elite throughout the whole year. Sometimes guys find it that year and they're knockout the whole year, or they turn it on half of the season and they continue that into October. And you have teams now that their pitching has gone up another level since you face them in the regular season, and your guys are still swinging for the fences. Listen, we're not saying that we don't love home runs. We're not saying that, but you need to have a good mix. That's all we're asking for. Get guys to mix it up, man.
Definitely, they're a great team over there in Texas. Props to them.
But we're better.
They paid for Seager.
We were
they
better.
Paid for Simeon. We were better without Aaron Judge, man. Plain and simple. Deserve the sweep. We deserve a sweep in that series. But I'll take it 2 out of 3. Off day tomorrow, and on to the West Coast.
On to Oakland. And now that you say that, we're playing Oakland. Am I right?
Yep.
Wouldn't it be nice to give Bader just a double day off against the first game in Oakland instead of sitting him in this series? Yep. I don't know. Just a thought. Come back from an injury, I mean, you could play 6 games straight and just rest 2 days straight after that. I don't know.
He's rested plenty on the IL. I think he's gonna be all right.
I don't know. Just a thought, I'm just throwing it out there. I don't know, I mean.
Anything else you gotta say, Kevin, about the series? Something like?
Where's the suggestion box so I can throw those thoughts in there? Yankees have a suggestion box, maybe? No. All right. No.
You can say after the game, the thoughts in the game. You can say that if you want.
Hey, listen, trade deadline's coming up. Mets made some trades.
About that.
Mets and Angels got some things done. Hosmer, right, was traded as well.
Moustakas. Yeah.
They were on the same team. Sorry.
You got the wrong Royal. Yeah, you're good.
The wrong Royal. But yeah, let's see what the Yankees do. Let's see if we stay. Do we stay dormant? Do we get somebody?
Are people saying we could possibly sell? I don't think we're gonna sell, but we'll talk about that.
I don't think we're gonna sell.
We'll have an episode coming out, during the All-Star break. I think that's a good time to drop it. We'll talk about possible guys the Yankees may be interested in, good fits, stuff like that. So we'll get that out soon. But I thank you guys, for listening to us, watching us. Just drop a like, subscribe, do all that good stuff like Kevin likes to say. We'll see you guys next time. Great series by the Yankees. And let's go to Oakland, man. Let's enjoy the West Coast, and then we go to St. Louis.
Bro. Yes, sir. Let's go Yanks. Thank you, guys.